painter, self-taught, and I know what that means. It's not really self-taught, is that you study with other artists and you pick up certain things from them and develop your own style. And she studied with Tom Sunderland, Alvaro Castanet. Oh, is that what he's? Oh, name. Monique.
If he was here, he would say Alvaro Castanet.
Monique Sacco-Larios?
Yes. Monique Sacco.
It's K-E-L-A-A.
Sacco-Larios. Yeah.
Dave Ryder, Paul Ingridson.
Paul Ingridson, very, very famous. People come from all over to study with him. Incredible.
And Mary Rose O'Connell.
Yes.
And you're an associate member artist at the Brush Gallery and
Yes.
Studios.
Yes.
And you have your own studio at Western Avenue,
Yes.
Community for the Arts, and both of them are enrolled.
Yes.
So, Juliet.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to dress up today, but then I paid God. Then I don't get to paint. I paint all over me. So, well, first of all, does anyone have any questions about, whether or not they're in the right room? Any questions at all? No? Can I ask you a couple questions? How many of you have painted before? So, just about everybody. And how many have painted in oil? Long time ago. So about half in oil, and the rest of you in very good meetings too. I like them well. So, what I wanted to share with you, the first part is kind of my journey. It's fun. When I was 18, I had my parents talk into letting me go to Spain and find a little house on the cliff and paint. Until someone at the University of Wisconsin said, I think we should talk to your parents. And that was the end of that trip. But it was in my blood from early on, and I just, everywhere I went, I found somebody that I could glean something from to advance my journey. And there's just so many great people and great artists around. I'm sure you guys have had them here. And I know you had Dave Dryman here. He's a really good friend of mine. It's great. I studied with him for a little while, but I went back to study more. He said, I don't think so. And I said, what's wrong, Dave? He says, you don't listen to what I say. I say, I do. But then I just have to put my own kind of thing on it. Well, he said, I don't know. I think you should, just go paint. But friendly, he's very different, wonderful person. We share the same floor at the Western Ave studio, so I'm always stopping in to see his work and vice versa. So yeah, I didn't make it to Spain, but I did make it to several other places where I met people that were, the first paintings I worked on was with my boyfriend, who was an artist, and he was trained as an artist, and he was living in Vermont. And I would watch him paint, and he was such a good draftsman. Oh my God, did this guy draw? He could draw anything. I said to myself, okay, I've got an idea. He doesn't know about color. I do. And I don't know how to draw, but he does. And we created some beautiful Monets together. And it was great fun, and I learned a lot from him. And he was meticulous and very realistic. I'm not so much realist. I have a camera, and if I want to know exactly what the eyes meet, you know, the camera does pretty good. But I like to, well, there's someone who said it better than me. But you, how many of you, before I tear you all apart, how many of you are realist painters? Okay, so there might be a few people leaving, but. I just found a few quotes that people say what I'm trying to say better, artists. So, Van Gogh, I love this, it's so simple. I am seeking, I am striving, I am in it with all my heart. And I thought that was so simple, so elegant. And the painting that I reproduced of his, oh, I couldn't say reproduced, I copied as best I could, was early on in the late 2017, 18, when I wanted to paint full-time, and I realized that I needed to find someone who I thought maybe I could look at long enough to see where he put the brush stroke, you know. So that's what I did. Came out okay. What do you think? Beautiful. Another quote of Van Gogh's that I loved when I came across. He said, "If you hear a voice within you say, you cannot paint, then by all means paint." And that voice will be silenced. I'm still waiting for it to go completely silent. I think this one too. Art is a collaboration between God and the artist. And the less the artist does, the better. Picasso, art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. Monet, color is my day-long obsession, joy, and torment. That's Claude Monet. You know, I'm sure you're familiar with his work. It's absolutely unbelievable. Cézanne says, a work of art which isn't based on feeling isn't art at all. And I think I know what he means. Still finding out. Ray Bradbury says, don't think. Thinking is the enemy of creativity. It's self-conscious. And anything self-conscious is lousy. You can't try to do things. You simply must do things. And in that light, I will try to do things here tonight. Whether I'm successful or not, you'll let me know at the end when I'm going to be Rotten Tomatoes, like my jacket. Okay, there's some more, but you get the idea. I thought of this just to explain, because I don't really consider myself a realist or an impressionist or an abstract expressionist. I just paint what's inside me and it comes the way it comes out. Sometimes I like it. If I don't, it's easy. I know where the dumpster is. Gone, and I'm on to the next one, and maybe I've learned something in that. Especially with watercolor, you have to have a big wastebasket. Okay, that one did not work. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. So, let's see. So, I brought some images. This is the image that I painted. My son sent me a photo of where he and his family vacationed in Rhode Island a couple of years ago, and he asked me to paint it for his wife. So I did, and he liked it. That's good. His wife still likes him. And so I started just laying in some basic shapes. Part of the thing at the beginning is to find your big shapes. So I didn't color them all in, with one solid color. I just wanted to get the basic shape so that, take it from there. But if you don't have the big shape, then the viewer apparently gets lost in the little details. But I look at Monet, he doesn't have that many big shapes. He's got a lot of little things going on. So, and another quote is, first learn all the rules and then break them. Now, am I blocking anybody?
No, we can turn some of the lights off,
Okay.
Julia, so you can.
Okay, then I can figure out, okay, we've seen you, thank you. Let me go on here. Find my albums, that's what I want to find. Well, this is what I did tonight. So this is what I want to do. This is the photo that my son sent me. And it's interesting to me. I don't know if I can paint all the little specks of debris that washed out, but that's the artist's license. You don't have to. I can just suggest it. You don't have to put every little piece of dirt or someone's bottle cap or whatever is here. Another one, let's see. So this is the one I'm going to be working from. I'm going to be looking at on the paint. And this is another one. This is the same one. Okay. All right. So that's that album. I'm trying to organize a few albums so that I can. Okay. So let's see. Oh, I'll start with this. So about 3 summers ago, 3 years ago, I was over at the brush, and I was in a bad mood when I woke up that morning. I'm like, I have this beautiful painting over here, and nobody even looks at it or sees it. I'm going to take it home. So I ripped it off the wall, and I set it down, and was leaning up, and this guy comes through, sends a picture of it to his wife, and the next thing I know, I've got this huge commission to paint painting 4 feet by 5 feet. And they gave me a couple references of, what do you call this, a marsh, wetland, marsh, there's another word too. So the first thing I had to do was, I couldn't do it on my kitchen table. Because, you know, then I wouldn't be able to have my coffee and spill my cereal. So I heard about Western Ave. When I first heard about Western, do you guys know about Western Ave? Oh, you don't? Who knows about it? You know about it, Val. Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
So it's a...
Too many floors, too much walking.
But you know what to do? There's tricks for that. I'll tell you about them afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, how people can take the elevator to the 5th floor.
Oh,
And then when
walk
you
down.
walk down. Back. Okay, so where was I going? Oh, so Western Ave is an amazing, amazing place with people that look like you and I, who love to create, not all painters, but a large group of painters, but also, you know, ceramics and glass blowing and finding old things and making them, you know, making them into things. And we just had a demo at Chelmsford Art Society. He takes wire and he makes bonsai trees out of this color. They're absolutely gorgeous. So art is really anything you want it to be. Now, so this canvas is not on bars. You could see it there, right? It's not on stretcher bars. So what's going to happen when I'm done painting? I've got to get it somewhere. I've got to get it stretched. I know I can't stretch it. So that took me 3 days. It's about 100 push pins. And my thumbs didn't quite work the same after that. At the end, I was, where's the hammer? But every day, for 3 days, I would pull this tight as I could, and then get a pin in it, and come back and do it again the next day. And so finally it was stretched. And then the scary part started. Like, oh my God, this is for real. I have a studio, I have a commission, I have a client, and I don't know what I'm doing. But then I thought, well, they seem really nice. The only thing that hit me off at the beginning that might be an issue is I had done some other Monets, and he was looking at one of them, and he says, because that's what they wanted me to do, is paint Monet's garden path at Hibernian. And they were like the husband was the one who said it. Just like, but that's your interpretation. And I said, I know. I'm not Monet. So every time he would come to the studio, because I worked on it for a few months, and 4 other paintings he wanted besides, every time he came in, I said, I'm not, and they'd laugh and say, we know you're not Monet. But anyway, so let's see what I did. I had them bring me a print of the Monet they wanted. And of course, okay, everybody close your eyes for a second. You gotta find the print of the Monet. Oh no, this isn't the Monet story. This is the client who wants the wet marsh. Okay, so let's look at this. So there I'm sketching in sort of what I started here. Okay, where's the tree line? Where's the water line? Where's the curvature of the beach? Okay, so that's day 1, August 10th, 2021. Now what is she doing here? She's got all this brown. Well, I wanted to get some rich warms early because I could see how cool it would get. And then I introduced the green. Now, mind you, I'm not following any book or any lesson. I'm just painting from my inside experience, I guess you could say, my imagination. They sent me a picture that had the mountain range things going on and the water reflection. And there I am, and I decided to do this box around it so the framer wouldn't have any excuse if he didn't know where to put where to grab the canvas. And there's me looking, let's see, this is September 28th. I'm like, okay, not so bad. Oh, you want to take a picture? Okay, I'll pretend I'm painting. Okay, let's get some more rich colors in here. Starting to look warm. And I called my friends. Margaret wasn't there because she wasn't at Western yet. But there I'm letting it all out. All right. All right. And then another friend coming in. So I wanted to take it off the wall and get it on the floor without putting a crease in it, which this could be a problem. You crease a oil painting and it cracks or something. So I had friends helping me. And I found out from somebody to roll it with the paint side out. Have you been to my studio?
No.
You look familiar. I guess because I saw you 10 minutes ago. What? Oh, tell me later. Okay, so when you have a canvas that's, all painted and dry, if you roll it inwards, the paint has less space. If you roll it with the painting on the outside, it expands during the process, and then when you hang it back up, it comes all together. So that's why that's like that. And this is the person who brought the man, who had the wife, who wanted a painting, and he had a camera. Yeah, and I thought, yeah, you can pick it up in the van and bring it to the client's house and I'll meet you there. And he was a great guy, George DeMoulis. And he got it framed over at Van Gogh's here. And there it is hanging in their house. And there I am going, you're really happy? But they still wanted 4 more paintings. So, does anybody have any questions about the process here? why it takes on so many looks. I'm just kind
To see the picture that you used as the guide.
I don't-
You don't have.
I must have some email or something.
Or did you change
Is that my phone? No.
Not mine. Nope, not mine.
Say, where were we?
The picture of that, I guess you.
Oh, yeah, I think somewhere in my email messages, is the picture they sent. But it was very small. And then really what I just gleaned from it was this mountain here. Oh, I just on that one. Surely I can do better. Okay, so the mountain, what they sent me gave me the idea for these two hills, mountains, whatever you call it, being up against the skyline, and the reflection in some low-lying water over in here with the purples, and then this inlet into this little stream coming in.
Were those the predominant colors in the picture, or did you just create that? Were they the predominant colors
The photo was very small,
Were those the colors?
but I think it made me think of those colors, whether or not it was darker or lighter. I'm sorry I don't have that image. But so this wasn't too bad, huh, for my first, you know, here I am in my studio thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. Does anyone know what to do? Try push pin, someone said. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's so Western Avenue, you've all got to come. Saturdays and sometimes Sundays, like on May 5th and 6th, noon to 5, lots of artists who can bear to do it, open their doors and let the public swoosh in and look and ask and buy. And
Where is it?
Yeah, what town?
it's
Oh.
Lowell. If you know Lowell at all, it's on Schools. It's on Western Ave off of School Street, which connects Broadway and one.
It's difficult to get there the first time.
Yeah, but after that, it's not so
But
bad.
the address is 122 Western Avenue.
Yeah, so you can put it in your little Google map thing. And so that's,
122 Western Avenue.
yeah, and May 5th and 6th, we're having a double open house. So you have no excuse not to get there for at least a half an hour. And go straight to the 5th floor.
Turn left.
Because it's all crowded. The crowds just come in on the ground. Yeah, there's another little company, oh, there's the Logs.
Right.
Yeah, where artists live. And sometimes on open studio days, the first Saturday of the month, they'll have a posting that they're open, because they live there also. You know, in this is a separate building. Okay, so let's see. How am I doing for time? 7:30. What time, when you guys want me to stop, you just tell me.
Okay, great.
Why don't I paint? Okay, I can do that. You want me to start painting now? It's gonna wait till you guys were,
Yeah, we're going to take a break, and then we can start the painting, because we have to change a battery on the recording.
oh, I gotta show you, this is fun. These are people who stop by my studio and pick up a little mini painting. And I started photographing people picking up bigger ones. That was fun. Because then when the painting goes, oh, this was the painting that I threw on the rug with the brush that day, the white, with the husband and the hammer. Yeah, I didn't know the story. Okay, so that's that. I did that one. this is a Van Gogh I did. I'll just go through this really quickly. So, I mean, did I say Van Gogh? I meant Monet. There's Monet's print. That's what I'm trying to capture. Let's print again. Oh, and you know what? I think I discovered something no one else knows.
Is this the same painting you keep working? Is this the same painting, you just keep changing it? Or are these different
Yes,
paintings?
this was the same painting that I was striving to reach a color combination in. But I want you to tell me, okay? Look carefully. Can we shut the light off more for a minute?
Center light. Pardon, you want the light off?
Just for a minute, so they can, it's a treasure hunt, you're gonna have to find something. In this painting is a person, I swear.
Right.
Oh,
All
yes.
right.
And I think it's his wife, and I think she accompanied him a lot and would try to keep herself busy in there. I think she's sitting with her looking, you know, he's not painting her, he's painting what he sees. And what he sees is the side and shoulder and head of her. But because once I discovered her in his paintings, let's go back and see where the print is. I made it a little bit more obvious because I was so excited. Okay, now look at his painting. Let me make it small because it'll come together more. See, you see her head?
No.
No? You're telling me I'm all crazy? I think this is her head of hair. And like this is her scarf or her blouse or her jacket. And sitting in her legs disappearing down, hanging over the edge of the thing. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I scared the painting too long. You can't see it? Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, yes. Okay, so that's that. So what do you guys think? Do you think I did okay with that painting? There it's framed. It's hanging up at Western Ave if you want to come and see it. And there it is sitting next to Monet's print. He was such a master. Okay. Pardon?
I like yours better.
Oh, really? What's your name? What's your name? Oh, say it in the microphone.
Carol.
Carol.
I do, I like yours better.
Oh, I love you.
Okay.
Do you want me to stop and do your next thing?
Yeah, and then you can start setting up the paint.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to, let me turn the light on.
I hope I don't look too horrible. Do I?
No.
Do something for you. Air fryer.
I don't do that sort of thing.
We're going to take a break. You can go ahead.
Which is a painting that was sort of a success that my son's wife said, okay, should take it. Or should I put the photo that I was working from? That's the first question, is which one makes you want to walk into that beach and test the water? Any ideas?
So which one inspires you? You're doing the painting.
But I'm here to please. So what do you think, Ralph? Which one?
I think this one.
That one?
The photo.
The photo.
The photo?
Yeah, because that's the one you're going to try to work from.
Okay. Photo it is. Going. Okay, let's see. Now this photo has some interesting compositional issues going on. Because it's got it's got this blue, almost arrow, like sending you out over the trees, out over the grass, and out of the painting. So what I was trying to do when I was laying it in was trying to diminish that arrow-like feeling and instead kind of soften and make more rounded edges. What do you think? Does that work? What do you think, Rob? Does that work?
Sure. Painter.
Don't say that because Juliet doesn't always have a pain in her heart. Just play. I'm like a little kid in a sandbox. Very important. Anything else is much too scary. Okay, let me take a good look at what this stuff is. What do you think? Is this sand, wet sand? Yeah. And this is like wet sand and grass?
Seaweed.
Seaweed? And then this is dried seaweed. Okay. And we don't probably need that box there. Because that's, when I do that big painting for that nice couple, I said, what do you want besides salt marsh? No, we don't want people, we don't want animals, we don't want machines, we don't want cars, we don't want boats. Okay. That's not gonna get a lot, but worked out, yeah, we're happy. Okay, so I stalled on enough. So now my brushes, I got some new brushes in honor of all of you today. So I brought some old and some new. And see what I can do. They say, who would they say? What size brush should you use? What's wrong with it?
No, I just bring it up here.
Is everything okay?
No, just be careful, lights.
Oh.
Where are the lights? Do you want the lights off though? She does. Oh, Juliet, you want the lights off while you're painting?
Well, how about a combination on, so I can see what I'm doing?
Okay, I'll start.
So I can see what I should be doing. And then on again. A couple of times, we'll try and move.
That? Like that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
You know, if I stand here and paint, is this gonna work for you guys? Yeah?
Yep.
Well, I know what I wanted to ask you. Which brush painters should you use when you're looking to see what brush to use? Pardon? Hot? Hot brush? Hard. Like stiff bristles. Yeah. To make the texture. Yeah. And then how about the size of the brush? 12. 12? And should it depend on how large the canvas is? So for this canvas, you think a 12 would be good? To lay in some of the areas? So now, what I can do is I can paint, who likes to paint fast? I can paint fast to get these, what I want to get is the values of the different big masses. So like, this is a light value, right? And it's darker over here and lighter, but that's basically a light value. And this is light. And this is dark. And this is kind of in between. And the water's always the hardest one because some people say it should be the color of the sky, but a little bit, one step darker, one step more color in it, because it's reflecting the sky. It's a pretty light sky, so we'll see. see what this brush can do. You don't toothbrush, you're going in the trash. Okay, I'm just getting a little of my linseed oil because white tends to be very dry and sticky and not go on. What consistency do I want my paint? Anybody know? Soft butter. Can't you just picture sitting down with your muffin and your soft butter? And that's what we aim for, because it explodes over the canvas. Right now, I want to lighten this area because this area has atmospheric stuff and clouds going on. And then I'll start the light. And then I brought this so that when I want to move really quickly and I want to walk back and see what I'm looking at, I can still see my colors. Oh yeah, but the problem is it's a nice effect, but it's fancy looking into it. Okay, so a little more oil on my white. Too bad you can't see my palette right now. If anybody wants to walk up and take a look, I'll let you know when it looks interesting. Okay.
The sky already seems to have a lot of interest in it.
Yes, it does.
Like your interpretation of the sky.
Oh, what's your name?
Mary Ann.
Where are you? Oh, thank you. That's a puzzle for the artist because we're working from a picture or something. What point do you just say, okay, that's a nice picture, but maybe I'll just make it a little bit my way. But I don't want you guys to think that I don't see something. So you like the sky?
Yeah.
Maybe if some of the bottom part was, the edges were soft and receding of that cloud mass there, that. I don't know what means.
It really makes the trees stand out.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's good?
Good.
Good job. You get to hold it my finger. I don't know why I'm so silly. Up too early. Okay, so now the question is, what color is that beautiful water? Any ideas? Cerulean, anything? You have some cerulean here. Should we try it? With the white. Make it nice and soft. Now it's beginning to look interesting. So that will look messy. Okay, this is so cerulean. Who said cerulean? So we've got cerulean and white now. You try it? What do you think? Okay. So, in the photograph, the line of the water is slightly tilted. You see that ridge line, those trees. You see that? It goes, it's ever so slight. But I almost wonder, do people think that I was just tipsy? So my tendency is to more make it straight. Should we try straight and then I get that later?
Because they might have been holding the camera crooked.
Yeah, good point. Who said that? I think you got a point there. Because it is how you hold the camera, isn't it? How much you see and what you see. Okay, here's some laying in some cerulean. Let me get some more paint. Let me get it nice and thick and buttery. The big brush, the reason for the big brush is it makes you paint big shapes, which at the beginning is the first thing. If you go to a show and you look across the room and you see big shapes, you're more apt to walk up and say, oh, that's what that is. Whereas if it's little just fragments all over, you're like, oh, okay. You don't really want to go inquire from the distance. Doesn't, you know, maybe that's something that sound to me. Okay, so now this is pretty white. Pretty light. But water is light. You can always make it darker. It's hard. Once you paint dark, if I put down dark color, fully saturated, black or blue or red, cover it up, it's not going to be easy. So it's better to, I think, save your lights, paint your lights, know when you need to switch to the darks. So what do you think for the color of the water there? Does it need? Does it need some ultramarine?
Ultramarine.
You put out ultramarine, right? I love ultramarine. I had people, when I first came to Western Mass, people would come through and say, you like purple? Where's the purple? And I knew that it was in my ultramarine that was used for all my skies and my waters and things. Like, oh yeah, I guess I do. And that ultramarine purple. Paul Ingridson taught me to avoid bringing the two masses together until you're ready, because the way you bring them together gives information about, that's the white space here, gives you information about what it is by the way the edges meet. Does that make any sense? So I try to keep that in mind. It's a lot of information in an edge. No, not much information in this big blob of blue. Not much, but where it meets the beach, what meets the clouds or the sky or the trees, then it's gives you information. So I want this not to be too pointy. You don't want people to go out into the woods looking for something. Okay, what do you think of the water? Not final, it's not final. It's just the large shape of it. Does it work? Is it too dark? Could be more light. Everything very more white, more yellow, more green. You know, one thing with blue, you can always, in making an ocean, you can add a little yellow and white too. Doesn't the ocean have a little bit of a green cast to it? So now I've got a brush blue yellow and I've got a lot of blue paint here. So I want to just slightly yellow a little more. Nice thick and buttery. Now see what happens. A different way of lightening it than just the white. Uh-oh, she's going with the darks again. It's getting too flat. I want more variation. thing that I learned late in my painting life and still learning it. And that is subtraction, the art of subtraction. Which is fun. Not quite the same as taking a nice load of powdery paint, but it can be what did that do? Anything? Yeah, like
It's not a spot.
watercolor is almost the color of the sky. Does anybody have a paper bag they could toss on subtraction class?
What color did you use for the sky?
Say again,
What color did you use in the sky?
for the sky? I think it was cerulean and ultramarine and white. So maybe some more subtraction. Maybe I'll just do a spot and see how we like it.
Remove some, subtract.
Yeah, just not too many hours.
Okay, but hours.
Yeah. Not too many hours. Doesn't really start to dry until like the next day. Unless it's a thin wash. Like this was all thin. This I painted like this. I took a brush. Let me put those on. Took a nice old brush that was kind of hardened and put it on here a little bit. And then like this. Still kind of a dreary blue. So what are we going to do? Do we worry about it now or later? Or just going to sleep?
Julia, do you normally, if you have something like that, it's not quite working, you just move on to something else in the painting?
Well-
Then you go back?
Well, you're always going to go back and forth because every color you put down affects the whole. You've seen those pictures where they'll have a color next to another color. That color, the first one, looks really dark, right? But you put it next to a really dark color and it looks light. So you really can't finalize everything until you have everything down there. So that's pretty, I kind of like that. That's left some of the darker green on there. That's getting the idea of okay, so what do I want to do here? Maybe I'll the other thing is, you guys ever paint with a knife? Yeah, it's fun, huh? You don't have to clean the brush. So I'm gonna take some iridium. You guys, you know all about iridium, right? How potent it is, and how much you can do with it in terms of working in these other things. And just gonna take some iridium now. Just see. Now, I've got wet white up here, so it's a little bit of a problem because I want to go dark here, but I'm right next to this wet white. And that means it's really a come back tomorrow or the next day situation. And I think I should start doing something. Knives are funny. They can be really powerful, and you can go, oh my God, that was so great. They can be so not great. You just gotta. I just want to see if that. Let's see, which should I do next, guys? So what do you think? Is that the right color for you, or when this white dries, I can come back and... Do you think it should be a darker color? Yeah. Okay. See how just adding this really dark color, really saturated, rich dark.
Were you mixing colors to get that dark?
That's just viridian.
Oh.
So I was saying, you know, it's very powerful. You know, it's like alizarin crimson. You gotta know that it's gorgeous, but it can take over your. See how
You brought the right side of the trees forward and they're going away. In the photograph.
in the photograph they're going away,
Yeah, they're receding. You
And
brought them
here-
forward
and I'm bringing them forward
on the right side of your painting.
on here.
No, the right side of your painting. Yeah.
Oh, well, this isn't. It's not done yet. Yeah, I kind of stopped because I was realizing that I was making more work. I was stopped here with the Viridian, so I realized I'm making more work for myself. Because I have to wait till this white dries before I come in and get a nice crisp edge there.
Okay.
So, you're right, there's this, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But it's, I'm going for what it does in terms of the other colors. What do you think of this group here? Is this okay?
It's a lot warmer in the base of the trees.
Up there,
Yeah?
goes out further?
No?
Warmer.
It's warmer in the base of the
Oh.
trees.
Warmer than brown.
Oh, like down here?
Yeah?
Now, see,
Just looking at your painting rather than the photograph.
make it stay. Okay, so Meridian is gonna have to wait for its day in the sun till that white is dry. And I think I got the horizon line basically where I want it. So now, just realize I kind of made a mess here. All right, so the sky, what did we decide about the sky?
You liked it.
You like it?
It's the final news.
It's fine.
Okay. So then the question is, what do I do with all this? And that's not an easy thing to solve because what, do people have any suggestions how to solve this? Solve this issue of, what's the word we decided that this we were calling it? Tritus?
Yeah.
Anyone know that, the word for what washes up on the
Detritus.
Detritus. Detritus. D-E-T-R-I-T-U-S. But some people call it detritus, yeah.
yeah. So, how am I going to do that? It's not like these are gorgeous colors that I want to strive to get in spots, but I got to do something, don't I?
A while.
A while.
A while.
Make it purple.
Purple, I think in the other one, I had some deep purple. I had something in it. But the main thing I think will be to get the sections, like this is, on the left is different than on the, okay, go wild, I like that. I can do wild, you want to see wild?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Let's take the preview to the next level. All right. So I'm going for a big brush. It's another 12, because my other 12 is all blue. Okay, so now what colors do I want in there? I want some nice, okay, so the line is important. Okay, you can't go home yet. Pretty red. So what do we do when you have too much red on your thing? What's the compliment? Yeah. You try it, see if they know what they're talking about, with all these fancy rules they got. I look at that Meridian, which I want to use up, so I'm not going to use it on that spot anymore. Let's see. Is that better? Getting there? What color do I need now? More warm? Maybe a little warm color?
We'll see.
There's some yellow ochre on that brush. Should I try that? What's that? I like that. Okay, good. It's not that lovely, is it? So what can we do to make it better? Well, we can first, I guess, we can get the large shape going. Okay, so I got my large shape. If I go far enough, I don't mind. What do you think? Is it the right color for that? Or whatever you want?
I had trouble with colors, so
I'm asking you.
I
What are you
don't know.
saying? Don't ask me. It's just not a very nice color. It's kind of a dirty color. So what can I do about it? I can make it smaller. I need the light. Let's see. I don't know how lights. Put some blue on. Does it look like there's some blue in there? Maybe not that much blue. All right, okay. Got it. Maybe this dries, the lighting easier. It said, once something's really on there.
It seems like there's a lot of cream color in this painting, in the bottom half.
Yeah. Cream is in
Cream.
green?
Cream.
Cream, yeah,
Like milk and cream.
right. dark, it's too broad. Then this brush is going to take a beating from it.
Is that just white and green?
Yeah,
Okay.
on top of a lot of other stuff. I know I can't finish this tonight, but I want to get the values. Do you know what I mean by that? It's too red or too blue or too yellow. I can fix that, but I need to get the value right so the scene reads. So I'm struggling to get that. What do you think of that value?
Yes.
Come down here with some more green color. I wish my brushes were all messed up. The trouble with oil paint, it's a big mess. There's no way around it. I'm trying to introduce some neutral here, and then when it's dry on another day, I can add some darks, the neutral, and some lights, and still have the continuity of the land. Maybe I get back to tomorrow with that. Is it dry, so it'd be so easy to cut them? There's so much light there now. I'm being a little lazy, not cleaning my brush the way I should before.
How do you plan to get all that texture in the scene? That way you're dabbing in light and stuff like
How do I plan to get the texture?
that?
Well, I was trying at home at my studio, to play with an idea of taking this. Oh, this would be fun, to beat the cameras. What are you doing? You didn't paint yourself tonight. Really? remember, I saw this done by somebody, I think her name was a girl. You could take tools, he had these beautiful realistic work. You familiar with him? Stunning, stunning work. MCGURL, I believe. And I saw him take some tools and add texture. And I can't remember what exactly he had in his hand.
You got a lot of light in there, Stan, with the work you've been doing.
Yeah, there. It's the subtraction. You know, the paper towel. So then the last large area that I gotta get the value right is I mean, this is obviously needs work, because there are different values there, but they're different colors, but I'm thinking they're pretty much all pretty light, except the far one. So they say you can change the color and keep the value close, and you'll still have your large shape. So that's what I'll work on another day to keep the, because you want the continuity of that beach, right? That land. You don't want to like get lost, like where am I? So this is the last area that I really have to, I haven't done anything on the value of. See, I have a messy brush. See what's on my brush. No, I don't want that. I want it to get all of it. That's on the questions. So, I want to get any more questions during the okay. Yellow ochre, white. Try some cadmium lemon yellow.
Could you say that again? It's hard to hear.
Oh, we turn the microphone on?
Is it not working?
Add some cadmium lemon yellow. And then try to capture this triangular shape. It seems to have a lot of sound. Is the microphone not working?
No, it's working.
Oh, okay. So let's see. Maybe we should have the new brush. Okay, so my last new brush is new. So
and ready for bed. How many of you clean your brushes every day? Everybody else, one.
How many paint every day?
Yeah. Oh, I see, yeah. You have to clean them if you don't paint. Good point. Okay, that one, it's really light. It's going to go over some dark stuff. This one, yeah. The whole thing with painting is the light, isn't it? Because the light tells you so much information. It tells you about the shape of the And do you know about strokes, like when you're not filling in large areas with a huge brush, but smaller areas? Do you know about your strokes? Brush strokes? Well, should have brought some green besides blue. Brush strokes, if you're painting like sky and water, and you can paint like that, right? If you're painting grass, it's going to be vertical. You have vertical strokes. Doesn't completely, but gives you information. Areas confounding. Some of this here, some of this stuff. You're all very quiet. Are you asleep?
No.
That was demoralized by your impression,
Would you like, you have, it's 15 minutes to 9. just to let you know if you have a
15
good...
minutes to finish my masterpiece?
No, you don't have to finish.
You have high expectations.
Just when you have a good stopping point.
Just remember that I have to go home and I have to clean my property. Coming back and read. So what do you think of guys at the values? You think that they're right? Where am I mostly off?
Good pattern is going there.
What's your triangle?
There's more juice in this one.
The triangle this way? Or over here?